Welcome to the CompuBox Academy. The crowd is buzzing for this one here tonight. I'm Todd Grisham, and here with me, my broadcast colleague, it's Johnny Nelson. Up first is the Sandman from the United States of America. They'll be facing Mediocre from the United States of America, and they hold the SCI national title.
This is going to be an intense stare before the fight starts.
And with that, let's go into the ring and the Hall of Fame announcer himself, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from the United States of America, wearing the red trunks with red trim, the Sandman. Fighting out of the blue corner, from the United States of America, wearing the light purple.
What a pleasure to be in this unique environment. Every seat has been taken for tonight's match.
Right. This is an arena fight. You couldn't have got anybody else in this place.
Thousands of fans here in attendance tonight, but when the bell rings, there will only be 2 that we're talking about. These athletes have promised us a war. Let's see if they deliver. A well-placed hook. He scores with the counter. They both want a knockout, you can tell. Hold that thought. What a nightmare scenario. And it appears they're out of trouble, at least for now. But that just goes to show you one clean punch changes everything.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
What a massive upset this would be. Good job trying to back out of trouble.
Defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense. Work on defense, blocking and stopping and shooting.
We wanted action, and they are delivering. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. You know that bell was sweet music to his ears.
Every second, every minute of this fight is important. Every second, every minute of this round is important.
Here we go for round 2. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until the senses have come back.
Can they finish it? And now they're right back into the fray.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
To be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Nice counter punch right up the middle. fighter has a killer instinct. Just look at this KO percentage. Over 70% of their fights have ended early. Pretty close fight here in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Nope, that uppercut does not score. The defense failed them. Looks like they've shaken it off. Hold on a second, Johnny. Did you see that? And at some point, the corner needs to decide. And down goes mediocre. Let's watch that again in replay from a different angle.
I've got to see that again.
What a huge momentum swing that's going to be, considering that round. The bell rings and we start the third. They really got banged up last round. What can they do here to change the momentum?
Todd, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything.
Whoa, Johnny, take a look at this action. Where the Sandman is down. And as we take another look, it's this punch right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you continue?
The referee says they can continue, but how much more do they have left?
Got to look at his corner, look at the instructions. They're telling him to calm down, make the most of the count, get up, breathe, and move. Get behind the referee, save yourself a bit of time. You just need to make your way back to the corner, somehow get to the end of the round.
Perfect counter shot. It's a good start to the round for this guy.
The corners must be so happy. Down to a T, play the plan out to a T. If they can pick up momentum and do this over and over again, they've got it.
The only fear you have with this fighter is, has he punched himself out? Well, this fighter loves throwing hooks. Their opponent has got to watch out for that. And down goes the Sandman. And there's no doubt about it, as we see it again, that body shot did them in.
You're right, Todd.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Are you okay?
His legs are gone, but somehow he's... And there's the bell to start round 4. They've got to be feeling confident now after what happened last round.
2 knockdowns and you're coming back from that. That's near on impossible because your head must be all over the place. Your legs are feeling like jelly. What can they tell you in the corner? All they can do is wake you up. They can't even go into game plan.
Throwing the hook, but it doesn't score. About to see a first-round knockout. A true champion knows how to get out of trouble after they got into trouble. Hold that thought! Why weren't they covering up? A much better game plan here.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Tough to be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight.
And they've dropped the Sandman. You could see it in their eyes. They saw that punch. You heard that right, ladies and gentlemen. A knockout victory and one of the biggest surprises of the year.
Accuracy.
We are live at the CompuBox Academy. The time is now as we get set for what should be an incredible matchup. I'm Todd Grisham. Next to me is Johnny Nelson.
You tried to give me the slip, didn't you, my friend? There was no way I was going to miss this.
It's time for our tale of the tape. First up, we have the Sandman, and they'll have a nice reach advantage. And they'll be facing Powerhouse. You can see who has the power advantage. And these guys will be fighting in the cruiserweight division. Plenty of power and some good footwork as well.
Talk about hot seats in the house. I am so lucky to be sat where I am watching this fight live. I can tell my grandkids about this.
Up first is the Sandman from the United States of America, coming off a tough knockout loss in their last fight.
This bout is scheduled for 6 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner from the United States of America. Wearing the red trunks with red trim, the Sandman. Fighting out of the blue corner from the United States of America. Wearing the blue trunks with dark orange trim, Powerhouse.
A lot of trash talk between these two fighters. Now it's time to put up or shut up.
This is one of my favorite venues. Get the right fight, you got a night of fun.
No doubt about it, this was the hottest ticket in town by a country mile. Every seat has been sold. So here we go, should be a good one. He threw a punch and just got countered. Clean jab. Well done with that counter shot. That jab doesn't find a home. Nice counter punch right up the middle.
Traditional way of walking through to a world championship level. You'll pick them up along the way, and if you're world-class material, this should be nothing to you. But remember, he's done this before and failed. So he's got to make sure he breaks through that seal to get to the bigger diamonds.
Did you see that? They're in trouble. I thought that was going to be a knockdown at least.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
Hold it right there. Where was the defense? Why weren't they covering up? Why weren't they more cautious? A much better game plan here.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
The straight right just misses. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Well, he is in big trouble here. He may have been saved by the bell.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what? Next round, you're getting it. You're going to get a kitchen sink.
And there's the bell to start round 2. Let's see how they bounce back. Hold that thought! The corner's got the tower. They're going to throw it in. How is this fight still continuing?
Green Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. They exchanged punches. Good counter punching. Good defense to block the hook. Someone tell these two that they can be defensive for a minute if they want to. some point, the corner needs to think about stepping in here. Disaster averted, it seems. We continue on.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Pretty close fight here in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
How about that time counter shot? They have no respect for each other's punching power. Will the referee stop it? And Powerhouse has been dropped. And he dropped him. The perfect sniper shot. Let's watch it again one more time.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from?
One, two, three, four. Listen to me. Are you okay?
You've got to wonder how big of a factor that knockdown's going to be we just saw.
I love the response though. Got back up, took a deep breath and thought, right, brush it off, get on with the job.
There's the bell for round 3. Let's see how he bounces back here after getting dropped in the last round.
What a knockdown. 1 minute, you need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
This fighter has a killer instinct. Just look at this KO percentage. Over 70% of their fights have ended early. Counter punch right up the middle. Nope, that jab not going to score. Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. We're always looking for that KO, and we could see an upset right here. Trying to buy time, and before they get knocked down, they choose to go down on their own and take a knee.
That must have really dented the ego. You don't want your opponent to see you do that.
Nice counter shot. Can't find a home for that jab. Good counter punch. Through the left uppercut, but it misses. Good counter punching. That counter punch caught him clean. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round.
You can't leave it up to the judge.
Back at it in round 4. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Those counter punches have to hurt. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Well, this fighter loves throwing hooks. Their opponent has got to watch out for that. Might want to think of holding on here for a minute. with this fighter is, has he punched himself out? A very competitive round here so far.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. Right hook just missed. Nice counter. Beautiful counter shot. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. And a round that seemed like an eternity. And there's the bell to start round 5. After that last round, something has got to change.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Good counter punching. You can see from the record, this fighter is fantastic and is really difficult to get past. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. That left hook just missed. That hook was off target. Some nice exchanges from both men in this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
What heart, what desire, but at what cost? Nice counter punch right up the middle. It's all offense all the time. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. At this point, you got to believe he can't win on the scorecards. Going to need a knockout.
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
On to the 6th round. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab.
Whoa, Johnny, out of nowhere. Look at this. Stumbling around on Bambi legs. And it appears they weathered the storm. How, I'm not sure.
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense, work on defense, blocking and stopping and shooting.
Nice counter shot. One punch could change anything when these two step in the ring. Beautiful counter punch. Good counter punching. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Shot. careful. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. So the judges can't make up their mind. It is a draw. No winners and no losers here.
You know what? That's fair. And for the fans, I feel sorry for the fans because they wanted to walk away with some winner. But eventually, these guys are going to have to do it all over again. A draw. Suck it up, Buttercup.